Good day, fellow Tarnished. Thanks for tuning in. This is an invasion. I'm testing different formats of videos. I have a lot of content I've been capturing over the last few days. I've just been mulling over what the best way is to process it. There's so many different types of clips. But I figured this would be a good one, not just for content, but also really helpful and insightful for me to talk about why I made these decisions and mistakes I made also. So yeah, here we go. I spawn in. There's two guys here immediately. Just say hey, greetings. I didn't know. I thought we were gonna get a little 1v1 duel action, but they're not having it that way. So it is what it is. When I heard that dragon skill a few seconds ago, I got more on the evasive tip. If they're not gonna play fairly, I'm gonna go into my evil doer villain mode of invasions. Now they're just gonna kind of sit there and wait for me, but now I'm gonna throw a little pressure on them, just make sure to keep them on their toes. Of course, there's a little bug right around the corner to the right. I don't know if they know or not, but that's my only quote unquote teammate on this little part of the island here. So that was my first time showing the jar cannon, so now they realize that I have that. But that's what I really wanted. I want to take that. I think he had a bubble or something on. Make sure to get that off of him and just kind of aggravate him a little bit. Thunderbolt, I think, is it's too quick or something. I don't know. I think it's cheap. It needs some kind of nerfing. I don't know. I tried not to use it, but I've been fighting so many people who just play unfairly play unfairly. Invasions aren't meant to be fair, but just River of Blood spam me and all this stuff. So changed up this skill to Thunderbolt, tried and true. Truly doing it as a Vigor check. It's good to know who I'm fighting, if it's going to take one or two stabs or if it's going to be a big fight. But yeah, it's really the only ranged skill I'm using. Actually, I think I switched to Stormblade on here, but it's not long range at all. That's more short range, medium range. But of course, I got the jar cannon. That is definitely long range, but I really just do that for invasions, and I try not to spam it unless it gets into the situation where I am outnumbered and they're not wanting to do 1v1 duels. That's where it turns to me being the villain, as I like to think of it in my head. So I pushed across the Scarlet Rot Lake right there. It's my first time ever doing it without Bloodhound Step, but I kind of refuse to do Bloodhound Step in PvP. I seriously hate that skill. It's neat, it's awesome, I see the need for it, but it needs tuning. It needs to be more costly on FP or stamina or something. It's crazy. You can just spam it and it makes the fight totally different. But besides the point, I usually just Bloodhound Step across the Scarlet Rot, but in this kit I keep Flame Cleanse Me on me for this reason specifically. And to other people who try to put Scarlet Rot on me. And I don't have to use a consumable, it's just there, it's in my kit. And so I get all the way across. It looks like they're kind of scared to cross that, understandably so. I'm going to speed up this part of the clip right here because I'm just kind of playing some poke, cat and mouse. Shoot me with arrows that really aren't doing much here. I just kind of indulge them, I guess. I get down right here, so I'm really hard to shoot. I think they eventually tag me with one thing, maybe. But I really just want to get I'm all about the 2v1 or 3v1, or even 4v1, but it's really hard in a cramped space like that for me. I've found myself falling off ledges and doing all kind of stuff because I get so caught up in the fight, and admittedly so with roll spamming when you're fighting 3 people or whatever, because between Rivers of Blood and Moonveil, it's sometimes you just have to. And Yeah. So that's really just the situation I want to set up. I want to fight 2v1 on in an area where it's just kind of fair for me, in my sense of the term. But at this point, they're just like not really moving, and they're still shooting me with arrows. So I thought I would just try to get some laughs out of it and just treat myself like the fair shooting gallery range or whatever. See how many times they could actually hit me. And I don't know, hopefully they got a laugh out of it. But you know, honestly, when Elden Rings is my first Souls-like game, but when I do it mostly for PvP, I fucking love this game. Invasions were really hard for me at first, and I've spent an incredible amount of time in them, and they're just incredibly fun when you look at it in the terms of, you know, being entertaining and stuff. So I try just to make it as fun for them as me as possible, rather than just try to win and do all that every time. But cool, I finally got him in a situation where I can actually battle him on an even playing ground, and want to get rid of him. Now his homie's here, so if I can do a 1v1, it's gonna be great. I'm not sure where to back up into. I'm trying to go into that little crevice thing. I know it's there, but I don't know this place too well. And it looks like, I don't know if, yeah, he's just waiting for the time to attack. He wasn't being fair. But I killed one of them. Now trying to just get a little HP back, get my composure, but he didn't let me. It's fine. There's my one homie on the side, and he gets hit and falls off. Okay, cool. And so now 1v1, and I mean, I hate this place where we're battling, but it's cool, it's unique, it's awesome. It's all about unique battlegrounds. And he definitely has me on the heels. I think I used a heal or two prematurely with that Scarlet Rot. So I'm just getting down. I'm trying to do these pokes with my beautiful Godskin Stitcher, just to get him low enough where he wants to heal, and then I'm gonna just try to heal punish him. Because it's invasions, you know, we can heal, but he's got way more heals than I do, and I've already prematurely said it, like I said. So at this point, I'm trying to survive, not get hit, not trying to do trades. I just want to get his HP down low enough to where he is healing. Poke, stab, hit, and then back off. And at this point, I may be mistaken, but I'm out of flasks. I'm out of healing. So I do have, you know, this regen, and I think I already had the other regen talisman on. I forgot to switch to the other talisman I normally use. So I get pretty decent regen, and he's sitting here like he's using the like, let's get it on. Like he's like, come on. I think he thinks I'm trying to bait him up there, which, well, whatever. As long as he doesn't come up there, I just wanted a little bit more HP so I can take a hit if I do. And yeah, switch up the weapons now, because I feel like he was kind of used to the other one. Kind of keep him on his toes. Let's do a few of these running attacks, because he has that slow, just like a great sword. I think it's the blasphemous sword, blasphemous blade, something like that. And he got that perfect timing on that. He's like an NPC being able to read me. Or, I mean, it's just bad timing right there. But he got me with that, so I was already low on HP. I'm kind of hurting here. I want to save my FP for skills to finish him off, preferably. So I could pop another regen when this one fades, but I'm just going to refrain to that and try to get in this loop of heal punishing him with this thrust sword. So we're running around. I got this weird elevation change, and if you've ever used a thrusting sword, like elevation changes can be weird. So now I'm punishing him on the heal. So I back off a little bit so he wants to heal, and then I punish him. I should have attacked right here, but oh well, I did. And this is heal punish. Back off so he wants to heal, and then punish. There goes another heal, and he already feels weak now. But then bam, there it was. Ended him with that heavy. hadn't really used the heavy. I've been doing quick slashes and thrust, you know, R1 thrust this whole time. And then chop off the end for the lulz, because it wasn't about the money, it wasn't about anything. It's about having a good time. So yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. And if you have any comments on the format of the video, I'd love to hear them. Like I said, I have a whole bunch of content I want to release, but I don't want to just, I could just make endless clips, so just like little duels and invasions, and I guess I could do that, but I want to make it entertaining and as educational as possible from someone who's played the ungodly amount that I have since release on Elden Ring. So again, appreciate you watching, and see you in the next one.